what's good, Commanders fans? Just wanted to bring you guys an off-season video of 5 ways the Commanders defense improved this offseason. I think there are a couple more ways that they improved than the offensive side of the ball that you can really obviously see. Of course, the offense is going to improve. The biggest move that the offense really made was the offensive line, of course, really was hiring Eric Bieniemy as the offensive coordinator. But I do want to talk a little bit about Hard Knocks. So if you didn't know, the Jets are going to be on Hard Knocks, not the Commanders. But doing a lot of stuff with the Wizards. So, I just want to bring a couple videos to you guys before training camp starts, of course. Once again, thank you for the birthday wishes and all that stuff last week. I appreciate that from you guys. So the Jets are going to be on Hard Knocks, not us. But before I do get into the ways that they improved, I do want to give a quick shout out to Prize Picks. Make sure you guys take advantage of the promo code RealEdOliver. Use the link down below in the description. You get 100% deposit match up to $100. $50 they'll match you. $20 they'll match you. I'll give you guys a couple picks before the season starts. Get these picks in pretty quick, guys. I'm telling you, because Brian Robinson is very low. His yards, I think he's going to get over 825 rushing yards pretty easily. He almost got 1,000 yards rushing, even though he got shot. And then Terry McLaurin, I think he's easily going to get over 899 yards. He always gets 1,000 yards. He usually gets 1,000 yards the past 3 seasons, even with underwhelming quarterback play. He should get better quarterback play with Sam Howell. And then Calvin Ridley, I got him getting under 6 touchdowns. Coming back from the gambling suspension, I just don't see him having a crazy season in Jacksonville. They got a couple receivers, Christian Kirk. They got the tight end Evan Ingram. But I think he's going to have a good season, but I just don't see him getting more than 6 touchdowns this year coming back from the gambling suspension. So once again, use the promo code RealEdOliver down in the link below in the description. You get 100% deposit match up to $100 using Prize Picks. The app is Prize Picks. All right, so this is the report from Dov Kleiman before I get into the ways the defense improved. He says the Jets will be on Hard Knocks. The Jets will be the Hard Knocks team this season. A source tells Mike Florio the Jets publicly said they don't want to be assigned, but it doesn't appear to matter. They can't decline once selected. The same thing with the Commanders. We were the only team that really said that we didn't want to do it. I think the other team, it was the Jets, and I can't remember who the other teams were, but of course Aaron Rodgers. They're going to pick Aaron Rodgers, and that's what they want. He's more popular, of course. It's more of a storyline. Kind of basically that Brett Favre trajectory, going to the Jets after leaving the Packers. So it's just more of a story with Aaron Rodgers. It's more sexy. Now, if it was us, the feature story would be Eric Bieniemy, how vocal he is during practice, how he turns up during training camp, the speeches that he gives. I think that would be very interesting and fun to watch. Of course, listening to Sam Howell, Chase Young, guys like Terry McLaurin, I think following them around, following their story, some of the rookies. Would have been fun. Montez Sweat, see how he yells during practice all the time. So I thought that would have been fun. Guys like Curtis Samuel seem like pretty funny guys. Jahan Dotson, guys like that. I thought that would have been pretty interesting to see those guys. But it looks like they're not very interested in doing that. They'd rather see Aaron Rodgers, which is understandable. If I was NFL, I would have put Aaron Rodgers too. And I'm not really banging on the table for us to do Hard Knocks. It can be a distraction. I thought it would have been kind of fun to see behind the scenes. But it is what it is. And the Commanders, they have their own kind of show that they're doing that's behind the scenes, like the draft board. They did that for the draft, like behind the scenes. Some other stuff that they did behind the scenes, too. So it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not pressed about getting Hard Knocks. It is what it is on that. All right, so let's get to 5 ways the defense improved this offseason. So drafting Emmanuel Forbes at pick 16, a lot of people, the initial reaction was like, oh, they wanted Christian Gonzalez and all that, and I get that. But Emmanuel Forbes is a ball hawk. We were in the bottom 5 of turnovers forced last year. When we went on our winning streak, or when we won a bunch of games, we beat the Eagles, we forced turnovers. We beat the Falcons, we forced turnovers. We beat the Texans, we had a pick 6. We beat the Cowboys, we had a pick 6 in the last game by Kendall Fuller. The games that we won, we forced turnovers. The games that we typically lost, we didn't force turnovers. When we started off with that slow start, we didn't force turnovers. We didn't flip the field. We didn't help our offense out at all. Just got to get some the Bears game. We forced turnovers. We got an interception. John Allen tipped the pass in the air. So we needed a guy that can be a ball hawk and force interceptions. And guess what Emmanuel Forbes has done since day one coming into rookie minicamp? I know it's just minicamp and OTAs, but from day one, from the jump, he got an interception. People talked about how much of a ball hawk he is, how aggressive he is. Coaches compared him to Trayvon Diggs. Somebody said he's really effing good, one of the coaches as well. So nothing but good reports have come out about Emmanuel Forbes, and I think he can really boost his defense. He brings speed to the defense, tenacity. He's got that dog in him as well. Yes, he's a small, lean guy. I'm not going to call him skinny, but he's a lean guy. But he has the speed and he has the instincts to make plays. And he's already got under Terry McLaurin's skin. Logan Paulson already said that Emmanuel Forbes tried to help him up, but Terry got, shrugged him off. And he got back-to-back PBUs on Jahan Dotson and Terry McLaurin in camp. And, if he was getting cooked out there, of course, everybody would say it. But, like I said, I don't want to take too much stock in many cases OTAs, but he's been very, very impressive so far. Nothing but good reports. And this came up from NFL Rookie Watch. This was a report saying that Emmanuel Forbes reportedly already looks like CB1 in Washington. Forbes has reportedly held his own against Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson throughout training camp, even though training camp hasn't started. Jahan Dotson said in a recent interview that the hype is for real about Emmanuel Forbes. Emmanuel Forbes also, there's a report he's going to change his diet as well. There's some meals he's going to eat before and after practice to boost to gain some weight. Now, I don't want him to gain too much weight because, you want him to have that speed. And that's kind of what happened to Cam Dantzler. Like, everybody's like, oh, he's so skinny, and then he gained weight and he lost some of his speed and he ran a bad 40-yard dash. But I like how lean Emmanuel Forbes is. He said he's not scared to tackle as well. In an interview, he said he tries to model his game after Jalen Ramsey. And he said he's not even scared to tackle Derrick Henry at all. So we didn't draft this guy out there to tackle. We drafted him to go out there and make plays and make pass breakups. So that's what I think he's going to do. You can have him on the outside, Quan Martin in the slot. And just drafting him brings so much more versatility and so much depth. And that brings me to the second way we improved is by drafting Quan Martin. This guy can play slot. He can play outside. He can play safety. He can play linebacker. This guy can do it all. He is the definition of what I see as the hybrid linebacker, or what Ron Rivera loves to call it, as their Buffalo nickel. This guy was a stud in college. He was another ball hawk as well. This guy had 3 picks his senior year. This guy, he can make plays, man. He's made plays. So he had 3 picks his senior year, 11 pass breakups, 14 passes defended in a quarterback hurry, and 2 forced fumbles in 2022. He had the 4th highest tackling grade per PFF at Illinois in the country at 90.4, 51 solo tackles as well. So this guy has been guarding Logan Thomas in practice. He's been guarding Cole Turner. He's been very sticky and very good in coverage as well. He's been coming up to tackle as well. Derek Forrest said Quan Martin and Emmanuel Forbes are just very advanced as rookies. He hasn't seen anything like it. These guys have gotten their hands on the football, making plays, batting passes up in the air. Nothing but good things from Quan Martin has been said for sure. So even Chris Russell said, Quan Martin had a pass breakup over Logan Thomas from Howell and then had tight coverage against Cole Turner on a high throw from Sam Howell. He also had a pass batted up for interception by Cody Barton and another pass breakup near interception. So Quan Martin and Emmanuel Forbes have done nothing but get their hands on the football. So I think Quan Martin's going to start at the slot, man. I think he's going to start at the slot. He might not start at the slot. They may put Ben St. Juste at the slot and have Kendall Fuller on the outside. So day one may be like Ben St. Juste in the slot, Kendall Fuller on the outside, Forbes on the outside. You want to get your 3 best corners out there, but Emmanuel Forbes is definitely going to play a lot. He's going to get a lot of playing time. So when they put 5 DBs out there, he's certainly going to be out there on the field. He can be out there to stop the run too. So he just brings a lot of versatility, and they can mix and match coverages with Quan Martin out there. So he's definitely going to boost this defense for sure. And he brings that athleticism, that speed, and that explosiveness. I always talk about the 44-inch vertical leap. This guy is an athlete and a half and super, super explosive. So, all right, next is Chase Young coming back, man. Coming back healthy, man. I'm putting a lot of faith in Chase Young, man. I know a lot of people are down on Chase Young, but I think he's gonna have a bounce back season. Them not picking up his 5th-year option, I think that should make him angry, should make him mad, and more motivated to get out there and get back to the rookie year Chase Young, or to the projected Chase Young, where a lot of people said he was going to be a dominant defensive stud. And I thought the rookie year was good. The second year was not great. But, he's got to work on the pass moves. Can he have a counter move? Does he have a plan? Can he buy into the system? Is he going to give his body up on a stunt to give somebody else a sack? Is he not going to run past the quarterback, hunting for a sack? Coming back healthy from the ACL injury, a full offseason, that does boost our defense. Imagine him out there, of course, Montez Sweat, Deron Payne, John Allen, Chase Young. I mean, that should be a dominant front 4 in a contract season. So I do think that Chase Young will boost his defense with a locked-in mindset. Once again, all season, he's always training with Von Miller, but I think he's going to come in locked in. They said he looked explosive in workouts, in practice, so I'm intrigued to see how Chase Young bounces back and responds this season. So I do think he's going to boost the defense for sure this season for sure. Next is Fedarian Mathis coming back healthy. Another guy coming back healthy, man. We didn't have that last year. We didn't have a guy. Well, we did have a good defensive tackle, of course, Deron Payne, John Allen. But we didn't have a guy that eats space like Fedarian Mathis does. That's what he wants to do. He wants to stop the run and eat space so other guys can eat. Chase Young can eat. Deron Payne can eat. John Allen can eat. Maybe you can run that 5-2 set out there and have all 5 D linemen, Fedarian Mathis, Deron Payne, John Allen, Chase Young, Montez Sweat on the other side. Maybe you could do something like that. KJ Henry getting the mix as well. He's another versatile pass rusher, situational pass rusher out there coming in after Chase Young and Montez Sweat. So I think Fedarian Mathis, he's been turning heads. He's been looking good in practice. John Allen has nothing but good things to say about Fedarian Mathis coming back. So him coming back healthy, stopping the run and eating up space so other guys can eat. And he's an underrated pass rusher too. He had 8.5 sacks in his senior season at Alabama. For a guy that people say pass rushing is not a strength, he definitely found a way to get to the quarterbacks for sure. So he definitely causes hurries and pressures. He did that a good amount in Alabama as well. So I'm intrigued to see him come back. I think he will boost this defensive front for sure. Last guy's Khaleke Hudson, man. I think he's really improving from what I've heard. John Keim said that he is going to be the breakout player, the surprise player, just like Derek Forrest. So nothing but good things from Khaleke Hudson. Jack Del Rio has gone out his way to rave about Khaleke Hudson. Khaleke Hudson also got an interception in one of the last OTAs as well. And he looked really fast. He brought some speed up there in that Dallas game. He looked really good. He was flying all over the place, rushing, getting to Dak, had a big tackle on Ezekiel Elliott as well. So I think he's primed for a breakout season. So I think him adding depth to that linebacker core. We still have a thin linebacker group. It's Cody Barton, Jamin Davis, and David Mayo. And then they'll probably re-sign John Bostic right before training camp. But we just don't have a lot of linebackers. We didn't draft a linebacker. So, and a big reason for that was because they believe in Khaleke Hudson. Let's see if we can get a breakout season for him. So that's about it for the 5 ways that I think the defense improved this all season. If there's anybody that I forgot, maybe KJ Henry, you could throw him in there. But if there's anybody else, maybe adding Cody Barton might boost this defense. But I kind of think it's somewhat of a lateral move from Cole Holcomb to Cody Barton. But if there's any other ways that you see that this team improved on the defensive side of the ball, let me know. I think there's going to be a lot of turnovers for us this year. I'm excited, man. I want to see some pick sixes from Forbes and Quad Martin and Kendall Fuller. Kendall Fuller, he's terrible in the first half of the year, but let's see if he can start off hot in the first half of the year and then not always just get better in the second half of the year. So, all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. Hail to Commanders. Peace.